Welcome to the Icaran sector. This is Andrew. Welcome to 1500 points Indomitus-esque Space Marines versus Necrons. So as I say, I've decided to go for Indomitus, as I haven't actually done that yet. So primarily the Indomitus Necrons and a few others, and primarily the Indomitus Marines and a few others, will be going head to head for today's battle. And this is our battlefield today. So we've got 24 inches either side and big deployment zones. Because I've gone for my slightly bigger than normal but not quite full-size table, so I've decided maybe 1500 points, give it a go. And if it doesn't work, well, it doesn't work. And if it works, then I can play some bigger games now and again until I get an actual proper table. Our mission today is search and secure. So there are 6 objectives. 1, 3, 6, 4, 5, and 2 is in there. And we score at the end of our turn, and at the start of battle round 2, then we roll a dice and one of them will disappear, so the armies will have to keep moving. And today's twists, unrelenting. So we've got 2. So we've got system interference. The range of auras is down to 2 inches, which will affect both armies, and indiscriminate projectiles, which I must remember to do. So at the start of a player turn, roll a d6, roll 3d6, and each roll of a 6, they can select one enemy unit, and that will suffer d3 wounds, or 1 wound if it's a character of less than 9. So that should be an interesting game. So we'll go look at the armies, and then we'll come back after they've been set up. So here's the armies. And here is the 1500 points of Space Marines. These are White Scar successors, the Raging Dragons. And as always, they run duelists. So 6s to hit in close combat or is auto wound. And tactical withdrawal, so they can fall back and charge again. And they're led by, oh, there he is, Chapter Master. And he has Warlord trait, Jagorian Storm. So if he charges or makes a heroic intervention, he gets d3 extra attacks. And he has the Relic Lament Stalker Bolt Rifle, which is strength 5, AP -2, flat 3 damage. And there's the Chief Librarian. I paid a command point for an extra relic to give him the Armor Indomitus. So he's got an extra wound, 2+ save, and once per game, 3-up invul. And then their elite other character is the Judiciar. In troops, there are 2 units of 5 assault intercessors. The sergeants don't have plasma pistols for points, they're just heavy bolt pistols. Then we have an Incursor squad and an Infiltrator squad. They don't have any upgrades again for points. In the elites, 3 Blade Guard, and they ride the Impulsor, which probably will take the Judiciar as well. Then 5 Veteran Intercessors. The sergeant has Power Fist and Plasma Pistol. In the fast attacks, 2 Outrider squads, and the Eliminator squad in the heavy with the last few souls to try and do some damage, because we're quite a close combat army, apart from a couple of shooty bits. So we'll go have a look at the Necrons. And here we have 1500 points of Necrons, and these are running today as Novok. So they get awakened by murder, add 1 to charge rolls, and so if they make a charge, were charged, or heroically intervene, their AP of the weapons goes up by -1. And there's no protocols today, because my understanding is you need a Lord or an Overlord to access them, which is okay. That's one less thing for me to worry about as we go through. So our Warlord today is the Scorpec Lord, and he has Veil of Darkness Relic, and he has the Novok specific Warlord trait, Bloodfuel Fury. So each time he takes a melee attack, an unmodified wound roll of a 6 inflicts a mortal wound, as well as any other damage that's not saved. Royal Warden, obviously with a very shooty army being charged, we need to fall back and still shoot. The Cryptek, Plasmancer, so he has his close, or When the enemy gets in close, you can deal out a few mortal wounds. I paid the upgrade the Photonic Transubjector. So once per turn, the first saving throw, he saves the damage capture, so that is 0. So, which ironically I don't have in the Marines army. And he's got his 2 Crypto Tholls that don't take up a slot. 3 troops, because again they're both battalions. Here we have 10 with the rapid fire, 10 with the rapid fire, and 20 with the assault. And maybe Veil of Darkness them. Or, in the elite choice, we have the 2 units of Skorpek Destroyers, each with their own viral construct for the additional strength if they choose to overcharge them with their plasma. And another elite, we've got the Reanimator, who did fairly well in the game, so I'm looking forward to seeing what it does in the bigger game. Then 2 units of 4 Scarab Swarms, and then in the heavy, oh sorry, these are in the fast, and then the heavy, we've got the Locust Heavy Destroyer with the Enmitic Exterminator, so that's heavy 3d3, strength 7, AP -1, so that could do some damage. And then we have this fella here, the Canoptic Doomstalker, and he's got his heavy gun and the rapid fire weapons on the side. So that's 1,500 points of the Necrons. We'll go set these guys up on the battlefield. Right, so the models are all set up. The Marines won the roll-off and decided to be Defender. So they put out the 2 Phobos units in front as distraction and holding on to one objective. Charging Marines, bikes, and bikes all up front. In the Impulsor there is the Blade Guard and the Judiciar Librarian there to hold this objective, do some psychic shenanigans, which I don't think I mentioned his spells. So we'll come across them as he casts them. Chapter Master and the last few seals with a nice line of fire and some cover. The Veteran Intercessors there to hold back as a second charge. Says the backs across there, so we can spread out and move. These are mainly actually to try and deny the Veil of Darkness if the Necrons get turn 1, so it kind of pushes them to just a little bit over there. And then the Necrons have kind of spread out all along. Big blob of 20, the Warlord, and some Skorpek Destroyers there for Veil of Darkness if needed. The Reanimator is actually an aura, so it's out of range of anything but putting its protocols on those. And then he's there. The other Scarab's in the back there for holding that objective. The big thing next to the Royal Warden, the Plasmancer and his entourage, and the 2 units of 10 there. So I think they're actually holding that objective. So there are 3 objectives of peace. And we'll see if we actually lose any of those as we go into... So we can roll off to decide who gets turn 1. So we'll do the white for the Necrons, the red for the Marines. The Necrons will take first turn. Oh yes. So before we actually start, we need to do indiscriminate projectiles. There's fighting going on across the battlefield, throwing something into the air, and 1 unit takes D3. These ones that have the 12-inch 1. So that puts one of them down to 1 wound there. And then with that, we'll go on to the movement phase. End of the movement phase, and we did pop Veil of Darkness, so the Warlord and the Destroyers popped up over here, and they're 9-inch charge of the bikes. Hopefully give the bikes a bit of a headache. These ones will move forward because they only need to get to the base to charge to take on them. Although the only things that these can actually shoot at are them, so we'll see how that goes. He's moved around here to take shots at them. They've just moved forward because they had to go over the thing there. And that was the... So that he didn't move, so he can still take his shots. If he's in range, maybe he can go for those bikers there as well. So we will go on to the shooting phase. And the first thing we'll do, we'll put his shots into them. So there will still be a sipping a save at the 3 up because of the barrier. And he gets 3d3 shots for 9. They're not going to save all of them. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s for Eternal Hatred. Wounding on 3s, because it's strength 7. And saving on 3s, and it's 1 damage a time. So 2 of them fall. That leaves them there. Oh no, morale's not going to be a thing yet. And that's all the shooting that can happen to these guys. So the Doomstalker will put his big cannon down at the bikes, and his smaller weapon is in range of these guys here. So we'll do those first. So he's got 2 shots, hitting on 4s. 2 hits, wounding on 4s. Saving on a 2 because they're in cover. Yep. And D6 shots. 4 shots. Now it didn't move, so we'll be using the bigger profile. So it's strength 10, AP minus 5, D6 damage. So hitting on 4s. Wounding on 2s. Oh! Lovely. So paying 2 command points for Solar Pulse and Relentless Onslaught. So these will put their shots into these Marines. So these, they don't get the benefit of cover, so it's going to be 4-up saves. And 6s to hit will score an additional hit. So there are 10 shots because we're not in rapid fire range. Hitting on 3s. 3 6s. 1, 2. Again, 2 more hits than we shot out. Then 4s. AP minus 1, so saving on 4s. So again, 1 Marine will fall, and 1 is on a single wound. And the last thing to fire then is the Warlord into the bikes. So he has 2d3 shots with his Enigmatic Annihilator. So 4, hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s because of, oh, never mind. Strength 6, wounding on 3s. 1, and it's AP minus 1, so 4. And we save that one. So the bikes are okay just now. As we go on to the charge phase. Alright, the first thing, these will charge here. 6, that should get them in. These will charge into there. Another 6. Oh yeah, they're in. And there we go. We need a 9 over here. Oh, that does not go off, so that means the Warlord can't go charging in there. But the bikes will have to go through them first. The bikes will spend a command point on Overwatch. So there's 12 shots, hitting on 6s. Toughness 5, so wounding on 5s. 2 go through, 3-up save, 4-up save. And they make that, so that's a stalemate over that side. Interrupting's a thing, so these will go first. I'll need to count some dice. So paying a command point for the Novox strat to get +1 attack, so they've got 4 apiece. However, the plasma sight thing is right next to them, so he can, and it's on a 1, so he gives them an extra strength and an extra attack each. So the 5 attacks each. But he will go oh no, let's do the things first. So we'll do the Hyperphase Reap Blade. So it's strength 8 at this profile. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s for Hatred, and wounding on 2s. And it goes straight through, and it's a flat 3 damage. So that will kill the one that was on 1 wound. Should have done the other ones first. And then these are strength 6. Reroll the 1. Wounding on strength 6, so wounding on 3s. And these will save on 6s. Nope, so that will actually take out the rest of the squad. And is it worth paying 2 command points to interrupt? It's 4 attacks each. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hitting on 4s, wounding on 5s, but 6s to automatically wound. No, we'll let them go through. Hitting on 4s. Those 2 are auto wounds. Wounding on 5s. And these will save on 3s. And they will actually take down another Marine. Which means they can fill morale on a 6. And they will then get a few attacks back, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. And saving on 6s. Nope, so that puts a single one down because they were 4 wounds apiece. And that is the end of turn 1 for the Necrons. And they score 3 victory points for being on 3 objectives. I was going to Marines, turn 1. Oh, first of all, before we do that, morale. They're okay. And then 3 on 6s. Nothing for indiscriminate projectiles on this side. So turn 1, Marine movement phase. End of the movement phase. These are pulled back, so these guys can come charging in and deal with them. And then wither the storm from that in the next turn. We just move forward across here. See if we can get charging there. They can shoot there and charge that way. They can shoot and charge that way, though there's only going to be a couple left there. They advance onto the objective there to keep hold of it. The librarians taking that objective there. And the chapter master gave these the full re-rolls. So they'll probably take shots into there, and they haven't moved, so they'll still be hitting on 3s. As we go on to the psychic phase. So his psychic powers are Lightning Call, Ride the Wind, and Eye of the Storm. Okay, so we will manifest, first of all, we'll do Ride the Wind, which goes off on a 6 onto these guys, so they get +2 to advance and charge. Yep, that goes off. And then Lightning Call, plus these enemy unit within 18 inches, which is these ones, that goes off on a 7. That's an 11, that goes off. And it suffers D3 mortal wounds for 2, killing that one, putting that one down to 3. Now, if the unit is not destroyed on a 4+, nope. It suffers 1 more, nope. On a 5+, nope. And on a 6+. Oh! It does suffer 1 more mortal wound there. So we take those down. And that is the end of the psychic phase. We'll go on to the shooting phase. We'll put the heavy bolt pistols into there. So that's 5. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. And saving on 6s because they're behind the barrier. Nope. So that does take down another one, which maybe is not so good. We'll put the Storm Bolters into there. 8 shots. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s. 1 wound. Saving on a 3. And that saves. So we'll put all the shots there into these guys. So that's 12. And again, we're hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s. Oh, just the 2. Saving on 4s. Oh, 2 damaging. 1 there down to 1 wound left. And we'll repeat the same over here. We're hitting on 3s. And wounding on 5s. Saving on 4s. So 1 takes a single wound. Bring it down to 2. And the last thing to shoot then, he can shoot as well. These guys, better check the range actually. So yeah, everything in there is in range here. So the Chapter Master hits on 2s. And strength 5, so wound on a 4. Nope. Last few cells, these are AP -4, so these will cut right through. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling everything that misses. Oh, hang on a minute, that's... What am I doing? They only got 3 shots each. Huh. Hitting on 3s. Re-rolling. Wounding on 3s. So that's 3 wounds. Goes straight through. 3, 6, 9 damage. Yeah, the Heavy Destroyer goes pop. And they've got 4 wounds apiece. And then we will go on to the charging phase. So these guys will charge in. Oh yes, they're in. So we will claim that objective. At the back there it was auto in and there's no point rolling because there's no wraparound or anything. So these guys have +2 to charge. What's it, these guys? Might be, did I give it to those guys? No, I give it to those guys. 5. Nope, they're not in. Which means those bikes are on their own. They've got to go into here. Yeah, they go in there. And then at the start of a fight phase that they're engaged in. Yep, so these guys will get an extra attack. Oh, and over there as well. Yep, those guys will get an extra attack. Which means I have to choose carefully. These guys get all their attacks, so I'm going to do those guys. Let's see if we can completely wipe out that unit. So these bikes here get a crazy number of attacks. Hitting on 3s. Now a tough bit, wounding on 5s. And saving on 4s. So 2 go through. So we'll kill that one and then put that one down to 2 wounds. And Resurrection Protocols. No. So that one is definitely dead. And we will pay 2 command points to interrupt. And with all their boost to attacks, they get quite a lot. So we'll start with the Hyperphase Blade first. That will hit on 3s, re-rolling 1s, wound on 3s, and re-roll 1s to win because they're warlords there, but no. So that will kill 1 bike because it's 6 damage. And he's hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s, wounding on 3s, re-roll the 1. These are AP -3, so 6s. That kills 1 bike, and 1 bike is left on a single wound. So, just the sergeant left, he consolidates in. And he has 7 attacks, hitting on 3s, wounding on 5s, saving on a 4. Oh, that's not good. Right, count up. So with chainsaws and everything, these guys get a decent number of attacks. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. AP -1. Oh, one is still alive on a single wound. That is impressive. He gets 4 attacks back, hitting on 4s, wounding on 5s, saving on a 3. Yeah. 10. No, they can't fail morale because they lost 3. Nothing can fail morale. Oh, they didn't attack back, did they? Right, they need to attack back. So there's 4 attacks from the AP -4. Rerolling 1s. Hitting, wounding on 3s. That kills the bike. And then hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s. Wounding on 3s. Saving on 6s. Killing another bike. Okay, those things need to go away. As we go on to turn 2 for the Necrons, and the Marines scored 1, 2, 3 points. And then let's see which one will disappear. 6. The Necron one will disappear. As we go on to turn 2. Oh, no, first 3d3. No, just projectiles this turn. End of the movement phase, these kind of shambled forward. There are 3 in range to shoot there. They're in range of the reanimator beam, so they reanimate on 4s. Nothing really changed here. These move forward, Royal Warden moved up. These move forward, so none of these will be -1 to hit. And we've stayed in combat there. And the Warlord has stayed there for all the rerolls. As we go into the shooting phase, and again, the big thing didn't move. So he will put all of his shots onto the repulsor to try and take that down. His smaller weapons are out of range, so we get D6 shots for 2. Hitting on 4s. Nothing hits. Never mind. Right, we'll do the 3 shots from there into there. Assault 2. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s because he's a strength 5. Saving on 3 because it's behind the barrier. Oh, one of them will take a single wound. He will shoot at there as well. 2d3. 4. Hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s. And his strength is strength 6. So wounding on 5s. 1 wound. AP -1, so 4 up. 1 damage. I'm putting on 10 wounds there, which means then they will put all of their shots into there as well. So 4 of them in rapid fire range. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s. Oh, that's not bad. Saving on 4s. So we take another 2 wounds offing it, put it down to 7. Interesting. And let's double check what's in range over there. So the roll 1's out of range, and 5 of these are in range with line of sight. 1 hits on a 3s, the rest will hit on 4s. Hitting on a 3. Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 5s. And saving on 4s. Alright, we're good this time. And that is very much the end of the shooting phase. There are no charges. Nothing's really in range, so this bike on 1 wound will attack first with his 3 single attacks. And wounding on 5s. Saving on 4s. 1 goes through. Bring that down to 1 wound, so we're not doing anything there. And these ones will consolidate in. So you get 3 attacks up and on a... Oh! So that will actually kill that one. So there's 4 attacks for the one that will be go straight through. Wounding on 3s. So that one is dead, and then command protocols. No. So they killed themselves in the process, but did stop that bike from attacking. And then the the other one will kill that one there. But we'll give 4 attacks to the other ones. The stronger weapon, rerolling 1s. Killing on 3s. Yeah, it's dead. And then command protocols. Nope. So, ooh. That was unexpected. The plasma blew one of them up in each, but they still managed to kill the thing first. Let's check the consolidation. They did consolidate forward, but they're not in engagement range. And that is the end of the turn there. They're not going to consolidate because they will go that way, but they kind of want to swing around that way. So we scored 2 points for the Necrons, and the Marines. Ooh, 2 more. No indiscriminate projectiles this time. As we go into turn 2 for the Marines. End of the movement phase, turn 2. We've pushed around here. The Blade Guard and the Judicia have popped out. They can deal with that over there. We've moved over the barrier and advanced here. I'm waiting for another turn. Hidden, hopefully. Then the Impulsor move this way. The guys around here move around here, so they've got to charge that way, or we can stay on the objective. And then, again in the command phase, they've got the full re-rolls. As we go into the psychic phase. Rather odd one. I'm going to put Ride the Winds onto that for +2 to charge. Which doesn't go off anyway, because I thought if I can charge in here, then that shuts that down, but obviously not going to happen. And then we will put Lightning Call onto these guys, which goes off on a 7. That does not go off either. Oh well, there you go. That was the end of the very short psychic phase. On to the shooting. We'll start here. So we are now in the tactical doctrine. So these will shoot into here. Wait a minute, are we within 12? So 4 shots. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. Saving on 4s. Nothing happened there. Alright, these will do the same. So they did move as well. So they get 2 shots. Wounding on a 4. Saving on a 4. And a command protocol on a 4 and reroll 1s. So one of them falls down, stands back up again. That's not good. Right, we'll put all the shots into there. So 5s, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s. Nothing. And we'll do the same, all their shots into there. 3 shots. 1 wound, 8 on a 4 up. Yep, that's okay. The Judicia will put his 1 shot into there, hitting on, I think he hits on a 3 ballistic skill, right? Yeah, weapon skill 2, ballistic skill. Alright, so that does not go off. So these will shoot, so all of the 4 shots will come down into there. So the first one's hitting on 3s, rerolling everything. Wounding on 2s, saving on 6s. Oh no, no, they go straight through because they have 4 up save or a 3 up save. Have I been getting that wrong? Alright, so 3 of them fall down. And the Warlord hits, wounds, doesn't save. So there's 4 reanimations. 1 of them pops back up again, so 3 of them are actually taken down. So that's a start, I guess. Is that very much the end of the shooting phase? Yeah, alright. Well, these ones will charge in there. 5, that should get them in. The Judicia needs a 7 to declare both, and they need a 7 just onto those guys. So the Judicia going in first. That does not go off. The Blade Guard. They don't get... Oh, jeez. That's not good. That's not good at all. Well, I guess they need a 10 because they're going off of the... No, they don't get it either. So the only charges that happened here are going in there. Right, so we will consolidate in. So again, a decent number of attacks coming in there. Hitting on 3s. And 6s to hit auto wound. I think I forgot that. Oh, there's another 6. Wounding on 5s. And then saving on 4s. Yep, that one's definitely taken down. And in the morale phase, that one will go as well. And because that is indeed the morale phase. And no morale needed to be taken. And we get 1, 2, 3 points again for the Marines. And then we'll see which one will vanish. Number 2. Where is number 2? Number 2 is this one here. Alright. And then... the projectiles, right. 1 unit will suffer D3. Blade Guard will suffer 2. Putting 1 down to 1 wound. Not the sergeant, there we go. As we go on to movement phase. At the end of the movement phase, these guys have moved around here, because if we make a charge off to there and take them down, we will take that objective. And he's moved around. They've got the reanimation protocols on again, and everything moved up here to deal with the bigger threats in the middle. And then they dropped through to control that objective. And everything at the back there has kind of stayed where it is as well, because the big thing can fire through. And, right. So we'll start the shooting phase over here, and we'll put everything onto just those 2 models there, because we've got to take them off. So there's 7 in range here to shoot there. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. And then behind the barricade, saving on 3s. Oh! They managed to save all of them. That's frustrating for the Necron player. That should have at least been a couple of wounds. Alright, the boss guy will put his shots down onto the Judicia. 2d3 for the big 6. Hitting on 2s. Wounding on 3s. He doesn't give the reroll 1s to himself. Check that. Oh, he does. He does. And then his weapon is AP -1, so saving on 4s. So the Judicia takes a single wound. So this guy will shoot down at the Blade Guard, because the Blade Guard is scary, and will pay a command point for transhuman. And all his guns are in range as well, so everything will go down there. So the 2 shots, hitting on 4s, nope. D6 for 2 again. Hitting on 4s, wounding on 4s, 4 up invul. They're okay. So we'll put all of the shots here into the Blade Guard as well. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. And their shield will get them to ignore the AP -1, so saving on 3s. So we do actually take down 1, and 1 goes down to 2 wounds. That's a bit of a relief. And we'll repeat the same again, and with the they're all in range, but there's only 1 shot each, although he's got 2. Hitting on 4s because they're going through the cover. So 2 for the Royal Warden. 2, 4, 6, 10. Hitting on 4s. And wounding on 4s. Saving on 3s. Yep, they saved those there as well. The only thing left to shoot then is this guy. And can't think Reanimator is Atomizer Beam, Assault 3, hitting on 4s, wounding on 5s. Nope, so nothing against the transport there. Into the charge phase, the Scarab will charge into here. Yep. We need a 7 here to get into the barrier. Yep, they definitely enter. They're only declaring here, so they will have to charge carefully. The Warlord will go after these guys. That does not get him in, and these walls will charge the Judiciar. Yeah, and they're in there. And we'll move these. We'll have to start over here against the Judiciar. Now he's got 4 up. Invul in combat, and on a... Nope, so they get an extra attack each. 4 and 4. So the 1 wounding on 2s, hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s, saving on 4s. Ah, well, he's dead anyway, isn't he? There we go. And they won't consolidate in and give free attacks to the Blade Guard. Oh! No! Come back! I've completely done that wrong. So he will declare them as the target of his thing, so they have to attack last. So these guys attack first, then he attacks, then they can attack. But they do get all their attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. Saving on a 3. That's saved there. Alright. So he will get his attacks. Let's have a look. Judiciar. 4 attacks. So he gets 5 attacks on the charge, hitting on 2s. And then strength 7, wounding on 3s. And AP -3, 6 up saves, nope. 2 damage. So that will kill 1. And then he does not come back. And then these guys get to attack. Oh, and it's turn 3. Oh no, it's on the charge they get attacks, not extra damage, not being charged. It's a shame. So these guys get to attack. Oh, this is giving me a headache. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. Saving on 4s. And then 3 reanimated in protocols on a 4. Right, 2 of them stand back up, so 1 of them goes. And now that guy gets to attack. His 4 attacks. Re-rolling 1s. Wounding on 2s. Saving on 4s. So that's 3 damage. So he's got 1 wound left. There we go. That's a different matter, and his poor spear broke. So on the end of turn 3 for the Necrons, we are in a strange position as we're going on to turn 3 for the Space Marines. And do they... Oh, they roll 3 dice. Nope, no projectiles at the minute. Oh! got an attack here. Oh, hitting on 4s. 1 auto wound, wounding on 5s. Saving on a 3. Oh, actually kill 1. And the attack's back, hitting on 3s. Remember the 6s. Wounding on 3s. And AP -1. They all go through. It had 1 wound left. That's all good. Alright, yeah, there we go. No projectiles, on to turn 3. End of the movement phase. They've moved in. They've backed out so they can recharge. These boys have done something a little bit clever. They've moved in here so they can charge the Necrons without being overwatched. The Judiciaire fell out, but he can charge again. And these have moved around here, so they're an 8-inch charge round to there. And if they can get that off, then everything can charge the Warlord instead. If he's not dead from over there, because they've got the command, the Chapter Master's rerolls on them, and the Librarian advanced forward to try and do some actual more psychic shenanigans this turn. As we got onto the shooting phase, or psychic phase. So he will do Lightning Call onto these Necrons. That goes off on an 8. So they suffer D3 for the big 3. And then on a 4, yep. On a 5. And on a 6. Oh. So they go down by 5. Reanimation protocols. They can reroll 1s. Alright, 2 of them jump back up. But 3 are down. As we do... let's do Ride the Winds on them to give them +2 to their charge, which they go off so they can do some extra charging. We'll do the bolt pistols into there. No hits. Everything from here into the Warlord. So the 3 last fusils hitting on 3s, re-rolling. That's very cocked. Wounding on 3s. And he has a 4-up invul? Yeah. Which he makes. And Lament, it's on a 2. Wounds on a 5. On a toughness 6 here, then that doesn't go off anyway. Put all the shots into here. And we're on the tactical doctrine now. No, assault doctrine, so there's no AP. And saving on 4s. And so 3 fall down. Command protocols on a 4. Oh, 3 stand back up again. And we'll repeat the shots there. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. Saving on a 4, a 5 even, and reanimation protocols. Yep, they take no damage. We do the pistols from there. 1 hit, wound on a 4. Save on a 5. Yep. That was some... Alright, so the first thing we will do, it will roll the 8 for those guys into there, because then the blade cards can go in a different direction. They're in! So the Judiciaire will go into the Warlord. The Blade Guard will go into the Warlord. So the Warlord will get the Fight Last protocol. So we'll charge here first. And we will spend a command point on Overwatch. So the 16 models getting 2 shots each. Hitting on 3s. Oh, there's 2 there that are very cocked. Then wounding on 5s. Well, that's not so good. Saving on 4s. Take 3 wounds, putting it down to 4. Have to check the brackets on this thing. And they will charge in. Yep. They will charge in. Oh yes. And then they will charge with +2 to charge. 5, 6, 7. So we're going to start off with the veteran intercessors first. So there is... So 4 into the thing there and 1 into the plasma sight. And they get... we'll do the... I need to 5 attacks from the power fist going in first, hitting on 4s. They auto wound. And saving on 6s. 2, 4, 6 damage. That thing pops. And then there was just a single one onto the plasma sight. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. Oh. Never mind. That's still in range of the Warlord, which is a destroyer cult thing, so that won't actually pop. Do we pay 2 command points to interrupt here? Yes. Interrupting here, consolidating in, but still keeping in within 2 inches for the aura there. So there's a 7 attacks into here, 4 into there, 2 into there. So the 2 first, hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s, saving on a 3, sorry. And then into the Assault Marines, wounding on 4s, and saving on 3s. Oh, they're chipping away wounds. And then the 7. And wounding on 5s. Nothing. Right, let's do this fight here while we're here, because nothing more can happen over there. The Impulsor has 4 wounds. So he gets D3 attacks. 1, hitting on a 6. No. These guys here. So Sergeant 1 guy. Hitting on 3s. 6 auto wound. Wounding on 4s. Saving on 5s. So 3 fall down. And reanimation protocols. Reroll the 1s. One of them pops back up again. These Necrons just refuse to die. Alright, coming over here. Auto wounds, wounding on 4s. Saving on 6s actually, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 6. Oh no, we still need to be in range of the 2, 4, 6. And then 4s. Rerolling 1s. So 4 of them jump back up. Taking 2 out. Leaving that to maybe contested. Alright, coming up over here, the Judiciar. 5 attacks onto the Warlord, hitting on 2s. That auto wounds. Wounding on 3s. 4 up invul. Alright, the Blade Guard's attacking in. They are hitting on 3s. They auto wound, wounding on 5s. Saving on 4s. 1 goes through for 3 damage. So he's got 3 wounds left. Then these Marines get to attack. So he's coming through here. Hitting on 3s. Oh, they're going to survive. Wounding on 4s. Saving on 6s. AP -2. 2 go down. 5 ups. No, so 2 actually go down. And then they get to consolidate in. So they got 5 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. Saving on 3s. Oh, they actually kill a Marine. The little Necron warriors that could. Right, now the Scorpec Lord gets to attack back. So paying a command point for blood right, so get an extra attack. He gets 6 attacks now. Oh no, 4. 5 attacks. Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to double that. So you do the... Got onto the Judicia because he's got 1 wound left. Hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. Wounding on 3s. Re-rolling 1s. 4 up invul saves. No, so the Judicia is actually now taken down. So we're paying 2 CP for Honour the Chapter, so these guys can fight again and hopefully do some more damage this time. Alright, going into the Necrons. On 3s. Wounding on 4s. Double 6s. Saving on 6s. And then 5 reanimation protocols. So just another single one drops down. Oh. So that is the end of turn 3 for the Space Marines. So we'll first find out which objective will be removed. 2, that one has already gone. 3. That one's going. So the Necrons are going to have to push forward to take objectives now. So the Space Marines... no points, because that one's contested. 2... Well, let me... Yep, there's 3 troops models and 3 troops models. So that's no points for the Space Marines in turn 3. And then we can roll for no extra damage as we go into turn 4 for the Necrons. Just before we're jumping into movements, these guys actually did fill morale and another couple ran away. So they're down to 8 models left, I think. But the movement phase, they've stayed in combat. This has moved forward to join in. But you can also put some shots down at the Librarian. The Librarian is actually very cunningly out of line of sight of the big thing there. So that is something. Falling out of combat here. These guys moved around to take, see if we can take all of those down in one go. Probably helped by that. Maybe that'll put shots down at these guys. Remained in combat here because I'm not sure what else I can really do there, and it shuts them down having too many extra attacks. And that is pretty much it. So we're going to the shooting phase. So we will start off over here. This will put its atomizer beam into the Librarian. So assault 3. Strength 6. AP -2. Saving on 4s. Yeah. Saving on 4s. Wounding on 3s. Saving on a 4. And it's 1 damage. I think they have 5 wounds. He's down to 4 wounds there. We'll put all the shots here into these 4 here. So only that one is out of rapid fire range, but we'll do the Royal Warden first. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. Saving on a 4. That's saved. 1. Hitting on 3s. Moving on 4s. Saving on 4s. And we lose 1. That's what, Sergeant. Okay. And the last thing to shoot is the big thing. Yeah, let's put everything in there. And we'll pay a command point for transhuman. So there are 2 shots from the rapid fire. Miss. D6 for 4. Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 4s. Nothing. That thing has done nothing this game. And we will go on to the charge. So the reanimator will charge there. That's auto in. Yeah, these warriors will charge there to try and shut them down. 6. Yep, that's... Oh, 3 of them can attack. But we'll do that... we'll do that first. 2 hits, wounding on 4s, saving on 3s. Oh, we do a wound. And we will pay 2 command points to interrupt with the Blade Guard. So coming in with the Blade Guard, hitting on 3s. 6s will auto wound, wounding on 5s, saving on 4s. Okay, so you've got 4 attacks. Hitting on 4s, wounding on 5s. Nothing. And then the Marines get to declare 1. These guys will declare. So there's 4 of them into here, hitting on 3s. They auto wound on 4s. Saving on 6s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, they can still do reanimation. Just 2 of them. Alright, the Scorpec Lord. No, these guys will declare. So there's 2 onto there, 3 onto the Marines, and 1 onto the transport. Onto the transport, hits on a 5, doesn't wound. Onto the Assault Marines, 2 hits, no wounds, and onto the other Marines, 1 hit, no wounds. These guys will declare. So there's 4 attacks from the Sergeant. 4. So the Power Fist, hitting on 4s, wounding on 2s, saving on a 6. Oh. The Chainsaws. Oh no, it's AP -4 now, so it will cut straight through. Even if it had a 4-up save. Then the Scorpec Lord. He gets, was it 5 attacks? 4 attacks. Hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s for Hardwired Hatred, wounding on... Oh, wait a minute, he gets 4 other attacks as well, hitting on 2s. And these will all wound on 3s. Saving up on the 4 at Invul. How much damage a piece? 1 damage. So that kills 1 and puts the Sergeant down to 2 wounds. So they live to fight another day. And then these Marines get to attack back. Good chunk of attacks. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. Saving on 6s. And reanimation protocols. Only 1 of them falls. Well, 1 of them gets back up again. Or 3 of them get back up again. And that is the end of turn 4 for the Necrons. They get a single point for holding that one, putting the score to 6-6. And the Marines get to roll 3 dice. And nothing again. Okay. Marines, turn 3. And again, in the command phase, no movement here. They can re-roll everything. Librarian move forward. They stayed in combat. He's dropped out, so you can charge back in again. They've all dropped out, so they can charge back in again. And they've remained in. So we're on to the psychic phase. Smite on the unit 5 there. That goes off for D3. 3 of them. And then 2 of them go. One stands back up again, reanimated. And then he will do his lightning call on a 7 onto the Warlord. That doesn't go off. So that's that. We'll go into the shooting phase. So remember to do pistols first. 3 shots. Wounding on 4s. No wounds. Pistol and plasma pistol. We won't overcharge the plasma because the power fist is more important. Plasma pistol hits. Wounds, 4 up invul. Yep. And the pistols hit. 1 wound. And pass the 4 up invul. He's got a pistol. He will put into those Necrons there. He does not hit. We'll do all the 3 shots from there into the Warlord. All hit. No wounds. Okay, Lament. Doesn't hit. That's not good. This is a vehicle. It can shoot. I'll put all its shots into there. Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 4s. Saving on 3s. 4 up. Ooh. So again, another one of them falls down. And that is the end of the shooting phase. So they're still engaged by that. So these will charge in first. Yep. The Assault Marines will charge in. Oh yes. Into the Warlord. The Blade Guard gets in. The Veterans get in. The Veteran Intercessors will go first. Yeah, because they can got the most potential. So a good chunk of attacks coming through. First of all, the Power Fist hitting on 4s. And the auto wounds. 4 up invul. Passes. And the Chainsword. Oh, and these are on the charge as well, so these will be extra damage. Hitting on 3s. And take out the 6s. Wounding on 5s. Four up invul. And fails 1, so he's got 1 wound left. So I guess we will have to pay 2 command points for him to interrupt, and we'll pay the extra command point so he gets an extra attack, and he must do it onto the Blade Guard. Hitting on 2s. Oh, and we'll do the double attacks. And wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s. Saving on 3s. Don't they actually all save? So the Blade Guard will go back with 5 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s. No wounds. Right. Okay, coming back over here. Can we finally get rid of these Necrons? Chunk of attacks. Hitting on 3s. Just the 1/6. Wounding on 4s. Saving on 6s. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's enough. We can clear them off. There's no reanimation protocols. Finally, those 20 fall. And this... these Necrons get to attack. For 5. Hitting on 3s. Hitting on 4s. Saving on 3s. That goes, so they get 4. Back hitting on 3s. Other auto wounds. 4s. Saving on 6s. And 2 fall and yeah, 2 fall. Then the reanimator. 4 attacks. Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 5s. Saving on the 4-up. Alright, AP minus 2. Oh, saving on 5-up. Bring that into 3 wounds. So that gets a single attack back, hitting on a 6. No. Alright, we will pay 2 CP for Honor the Chapter. We must take this Warlord down. So the Power Fist going in again, hitting on 4s. That one auto wounds, wounding on a 3. Saving on a 4. And then the chainsaws hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s. And saving on 4-ups. Oh, finally! That took a lot of combat. So, the Scorpic Lord is taken down at last. And that is the end of turn 4 for the Necrons. They get a single victory point for holding that one. And the Space Marines get to maybe do some damage. No, they don't get to do any damage. As we go on to turn 4. Yeah, there was the Space Marines. This is turn 5. Oh, so there's no damage for the Necrons. And we find out which one. 3. Has 3 already. 3's already gone. 6 has already gone. Is it? Yeah. 4. So that one goes. So there is one objective here. One objective here. As we went to turn 5 for the Necrons. Just to keep myself honest, they actually held on before they left, so the Space Marines scored 1 victory point this turn, so it's 7 points to 6, as we now go on to Necrons turn 5. No movement here, there's no point, and we need the strength 10 for that weapon, see if it hits this time, and you can now see the Librarian, so maybe we'll try and take down a Librarian. Fall out of combat here, but the Wild Warden's there so they can shoot. They 3 there can shoot, and we're remaining in combat here. But then again, he can shoot his 3 shots into there. So we'll go on to the shooting phase. Again, we'll start here. 3 shots. Hitting on 4s. Nothing. So the big fella. So he'll put his small arms into there and the big cannon into him. And he will activate his armor Indomitus for his 3-up invul. So 2 shots into the Marines. 1 hit, 1 wound, saving on a 4. Believe there's a 1 on 1 wound? Yes. And D6 for 2, hitting on 4s. Well, there is a good one. So the Royal Warden will put his shots into there first. 4 shots, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. Saving on 4s, that's okay. So we'll put the 3 shots into there first. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound. No save. Putting 1 more down to 1 wound. 2, 4, 6, 7. Alright, put 7 shots into the veterans. 3, 5, 14 shots. Hitting on 3s. And on 4s. Saving on 4s. And one of them takes a singular wound. And that is the end of the shooting phase. These 3 will charge in there. Oh yes. We'll tie them up. And 3 attacks. 2 hits, wounding on 4s. Saving on a 3. Oh, we kill one. So the sergeant attacks back. So 3 attacks. Shock assault, chainsword. Hitting on 3s. That's auto wound, wounding on 4s. Saving on 6s. And reanimation protocols. Oh, we can reroll 1s. No. So there's just a single 1 left there as well. And this gets a here, single attack. Doesn't hit. And 4 attacks. 2 hits. 1 wound. No save. We're down to 2 wounds left. It's just chugging along. And that is very much the end of turn 5 for the Necrons. The Marines get 3. We get 1. D3 onto these ones here for 1. Reanimation protocols, no. So we do take 1 there. Alright, turn 5 for the space. So the score at the end of turn 5 for the Necrons is 6 points to 6 points. But these guys have moved on to this objective. So on the end, it will be 7 points. Oh, no, sorry, 7 points to 7. It'll be 8 points to 7 for the Marines. I'm not going to call it. I'm actually going to continue because I'm having fun. So we'll fall out of combat here. And these have moved around here to shoot and take this thing down. That'll get ignored. We're still in combat there, but we maybe we can smite our way out. And then we can shoot and do all the damage there. So we're going to the psychic phase and we will do a smite. And then I guess we do a lightning call. No. Oh, okay. So we're going to the shooting phase. So we will put the pistol in, which hits, wounds, same on a 6. Right, we take down that last singular Necron from that man's squad there. So the Librarian has a bolt pistol, which hits, doesn't wound. He has a bolt pistol, which hits, doesn't wound. And they have 4. And the plasma hits, doesn't wound. Pistols. Hit. No wounds. We're doing that the old-fashioned way then. So the shots here. 4 pistols. 2 hits. Wound on 5s. No wounds. And 4 shots from the Marines. 2 hits. No wounds. Alright, so we'll charge in first. Nope, that's not enough for them. Yeah, that's enough for getting them in though. So these guys will charge in there. Yep. Oh, the Royal Warden's there. We didn't declare him. And he's not going to heroically intervene. The librarian, he's in. And the blade guard can have a rest. He's done enough fighting for today. So the only thing that can really do damage is this thing. And so we're going to go into there, hitting on 3s. Looking for a 1-6. Wounding on 5s. What is it? Save. 3 up, save. So saving on 5s. 2, 4, 6, 8. He's only got 6 wounds. And he does explode. And he doesn't explode. So we do take down the reanimator. And I guess we will pay 2 command points to interrupt here. So 3 onto the librarian. And we'll pay a CP for double the number of attacks. So 6, well not double, they get 1 extra attack, which is double for them. And then 3, 6 onto the veterans. So onto the librarian. Hits. They'll wound. He's got a 2 up save. Oh, he takes a single wound. Putting him down to 2. And onto the veteran intercessors. Wounding on 4s. Saving on a 3. Yeah, the veteran intercessors are okay. And I need to check some other stuff. The librarian in going is 5 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. AP -3, that goes straight through. There is more than 3 there. So 2 of them fall. And then the veteran intercessors. Sergeant 1, 2, 3, 4. Shock assault. That one. So the power fist hits on 4s. We'll smush them on 2s. So that's 2. And then the chainsaws. They auto wound. And then 4s. And then saving on 6s. So that's 2, 4, 6. Oh, there's only 4 of them left. So they're not going to get back up again anytime soon. And we're not going to consolidate in. That is the end of the game. 8 points to 7 for the Space Marines. Everything pretty happened in the middle. Castle that side, castle that side. I enjoyed that. And about 1,500 points works on this odd sized table. So we can do that from time to time. And yeah. Well, that's been everything. Thank you very much for watching the Icaran sector. Please do like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment. I probably missed some rules somewhere. And we will see you in the next mission. Hopefully by the time this one comes out, either I will have pushed this one back to play a game of Kill Team on the channel, or Kill Team might be the next game. Alright, see you in the next video.